I just thought, this is Robyn. You are ugly, you are disgusting, you are different looking, you don't look anything like any of your friends. This is who you are. You're just an ugly human being. My name is Robyn Stern, and everybody matters. My earliest memories were being a happy child, just really living life, always smiling and dancing around. My mom always says I used to dance by the refrigerator. Me and my brother used to put on dance shows. So from what I've been told in some of my earliest memories are me being a very happy child. And I always just felt like I belonged until I started to get made fun of for my hair. And then the summer going into 6th grade, I went to sleepaway camp. And I was tortured that whole summer. And I would be sitting on buses and kids would be making fun of my hair. They would say that it was an afro. They would sing songs, and it was really, really difficult. But I never talked about it with anybody because I was ashamed. I felt like a completely awful little kid, like something was so wrong with me that like I was chosen to be like every single day to be the center of like these verbal attacks. And it just made me feel on some level, which is ultimately what I struggled with, like I just don't even really deserve to be here and I'm just not enough and there's just something inherently wrong with me. And then somewhere in college is when I started to notice that I had thoughts about myself that I felt that I was just repulsive looking and disgusting and so different looking than everybody else. And I just was like, okay, this is just my brain. Like, I guess I am this way. Like, I guess I am really ugly. I guess I am really disgusting. And I remember every time walking to class from my dorm room, like looking at every rear view, like mirror of a car, and just looking at every kind of reflective surface. And then I had a breakout on my face and it led me to not be able to leave my home for 30 days. I just literally couldn't leave my house. I literally was on top of my mirror like this. I was like looking at every angle of myself. The bumps that I saw on my face made me feel like I was the most repulsive, disgusting person. I couldn't imagine being with my friends. I couldn't imagine going to school, just doing anything. The ability to function was just not there. I lost a lot of weight. Mentally and emotionally was completely disconnected from what was going on in the world. And I was just completely preoccupied by going in and out of the mirror, in and out of the mirror, like checking, wanting to go to the dermatologist, and just like in this like cycle that just was not stopping. So for me, my life as I knew it as a college student in that moment was taken from me. I had nothing. It was me and the mirror. It was me and my thoughts. It was me feeling for the first time in my life, even though I was bullied, like, I can't do this anymore. And it was just like, I can't live this way anymore. And if this is gonna be my life, how do I navigate this? And I just had thoughts of not wanting to be here. I've never had any active suicidal attempts, but it's just day in, day out, waking up, like feeling like so disgusted with yourself as a person to the core of who you are. How do you keep going every day? And when no one understood what the pain was, and I couldn't even verbalize it. I now know what it is, but I didn't at the time. So obviously all this pain that I was feeling really took a toll on both of my parents. And my mom, and I think any mother, as a mother myself, we just strive to try to help our child. And so she had a therapist that somehow, by chance, told her to go to the Biobehavioral Institute in Great Neck. And that is where, at 22 years old, I got the diagnosis of body dysmorphic disorder. And for the first time in my life, it was like, wow, like this is something. Like the thoughts and everything that I felt about myself, I'm not like, this is a disorder. This is what I've been struggling with for, at that point, knowingly 4+ years, but probably since I was an early teen. And so to feel like I was but but it was just like, I didn't even know how to feel at that moment getting that diagnosis, because I just felt so alone and so ashamed, and BDD makes you feel that way. And I think that has always been hard to try to describe to people, right? Because people say, oh, like, it's okay, it doesn't matter what you look like. But this isn't about appearance. This is about that I felt defective. This is about intrusive thoughts. This is about distortion. This is a mental health issue. This is that my brain doesn't function like everybody else does. I don't want to have to explain the torment. I don't want someone to say, aren't you lucky you don't have cancer? Of course I know. It's the guilt that people made me feel feeling that way. So for me, I feel like body dysmorphic disorder, even though I was diagnosed with it almost 20 years ago, is still so very misunderstood. And I think when I got into my 30s, kind of getting a sense of my own and getting to a better place in recovery, realizing like I am more than my appearance. I realized that I was smart and that I was caring and that I was a good daughter, I was a good friend, I had things that I could give back, and I was guidance counselor, and so I knew that I wanted to go back and do more work, and so I got my MSW, and I knew I wanted to be a therapist. And when I went back for my master's in 2010, I knew that I wanted to become a body dysmorphic disorder therapist. I knew that my story and my ability to understand someone can help them and give them life when, even though I got help, I could give them life on a whole new level because I truly understood what they were dealing with, because I have it. Now, as a 41-year-old woman and as a clinician helping people with this disorder and having a 2-year-old son, it is my desire within myself to try to stay as healthy as possible and using the tools and strategies that I know will keep me healthy. I really wish that I didn't have what I have. The pain that it has caused me, what it has taken from me, but it has given me the power to help so many other people. If you have body dysmorphic disorder, or if you've ever struggled with body image, I can't emphasize enough that you are more than just what you see. You are more than your perception of appearance. You have other aspects of your life that make you up as a human being. Do not let them define you. There is help, there is support. I never thought that I would be where I am today. I have a healthy, beautiful child. I never thought that I would be a mom. I never thought that I would be able to give back to this world. You have the ability at any point to change your narrative and to change your story, and you have the ability to get help. And I can't preface that enough. Please don't stay alone in this.